So now we can move on to spoilers.
Spoilers inbound.
Only for the first half, though, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay, something I do want to say before we begin all of this is this show, for me, falls into a strange category that I have trouble actually describing, and it's a very weird category because of how things are linked together. But basically, shows based on some of the bigger novels published by Dengeki Bukuro. Not Fighting Climax, but
hey, are these
the publishing
in
company. The publishing company Dengeki. Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay.
Taiga's a playable character.
Oh, god damn it!
But what I have to say is there's a list of, I believe it's 5 shows that fit this category for me. Two of which kind of are outliers a little bit, but basically Toradora, Oriimo, Index, Durarara, and
that is Dengeki.
I'm missing one other one that I can't think. Oh, Sword Art Online.
Oh, that is Dengeki.
With this exception of Durarara to some extent, the other 4 I find are highly flawed shows that have a lot of problems that for some reason have some sort of inherent charm to them that I can't quite put my finger on what makes them charming to me. And I like them despite the fact that they have a considerable amount of problems. Which goes for Toradora, as we've been talking about. It goes for Oriimo, it goes for Sword Art, and it goes for Index. Specifically Index more than others because it has considerably even more...
That's your favorite thing in the world.
I absolutely adore Index. Index the series, not Index the character. That's a very important distinction. But Index also has a ridiculously large amount of problems. So I just kind of wanted to put out there the fact that this show falls into the category of having a strange amount of inherent charm that I can't quite put my finger on. And I don't think it really shows itself as much till the second half, as I think most 24-episode series do. Not all of them, but a large amount of them don't actually show their true colors and get to be extremely interesting, or at least decently interesting, till the last 12 episodes or so.
Yeah, because it's all set up.
This is a 26, right? Am I wrong? I forget.
Wait, was it? Because were we supposed to watch one more
I
episode?
have no idea. I'll look it up right now. You talk about things. It doesn't matter.
Wait, I have it actually listed on my phone, so I just keep going.
So we can basically split up this part into 3 different arcs, as I was saying before. There's the whole introductory where you meet the cast.
Yeah.
It kind of sets up. That's all in the high school setting.
25.
Wasn't particularly my favorite part. They kind of seemed to crawl in a few of the episodes. And I felt the characters were much too mean to each other.
Out of these first 3, I would personally rate it worst arc as the middle arc.
Really?
Second.
Really?
Depends on what we're talking about as the middle arc.
Okay, you go...
The Summer House.
You go...
Oh, the Summer House is the middle arc?
Yeah.
Oh.
What did you think was the middle arc?
I don't know.
It was everything before the Summer House, then the Summer House, and then everything after the Summer House.
Okay, what happens after the Summer House?
The dad comes back.
The festival arc.
Okay. I don't like the dad arc that much.
So worst arc.
And the intro arc, I like certain parts of the beginning of the intro arc. I really don't like the swimming section of the intro arc. And then I really like the Summer House arc.
I guess I have my arcs on, because what I do it is like...
I wouldn't break it into 3 arcs. I would break it into more than that.
I'd break it into...
Because there's like general introduction of the current conflict. There's an extension of that. There's swimming arc.
So yeah.
And then after the swimming arc, it goes into summer home. And after that, it goes into father. I'd give it like 4. That's personal.
Swimming just seemed like the transition to me, because that's when they kept mentioning the Summer House.
Swimming I just really didn't like. The swimming arc is equivalent to Oriimo spoilers inbound. Close your ears if you care. The swimming arc in this series...
It's not equivalent to the anime arc.
Really? Because I really didn't like the anime arc, and I really didn't like the swimming arc.
I didn't cringe at this arc. Like, I was cringing
at the anime arc. Okay, that's true.
Yeah, this really didn't seem that cringy.
No,
that is true.
When you have a character go in and go, I want this for an anime, and you watch so much anime, yet you don't know how this industry works, how the hell are you that stupid?
And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make it work by just bowing down.
Yeah,
this
and
is
then
gonna
he
work.
just goes, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
This is
The
complete.
only part I cringed at was the swimming armor, and she totally threw that off afterwards. Like, in like the next second. Also, she's a dirty asshole.
Oh, she is.
Like,
she is. That's very much the point, though. On the subject of them being not the nicest of characters, I think that is partially the point. I find all of the characters to be heavily flawed, and most of them I actually don't like because of it. Ai, Taiga, the red-haired girl. I'm pretty
Really? I haven't seen her flaws.
Besides
the red-haired girl?
The only flaw
I really don't like the red-haired girl.
I am on the opposite spectrum.
Okay, you like her?
Where she was so nuts that I didn't like her, and then it just proceeded to get more nuts that I was like, I warmed up to that character going, I'm fine with this.
I can like what she represents. I like that the MC is trying to go for her and actually is working really hard to try and, like, you know, get her approval and stuff, and it actually is something that he's striving for. But I hate her, like, this is what killed the middle arc, I'm just going to call it for me, the summer house arc, is that was, like, the point of it. They went in and he's like, okay, I need to try and, like, you know, convince her that, like, I like her, and I kind of want her to like me back.
Scare the shit out of her and then White Knight in. I'm like, really? Really?
Dude, to be fair, that was Taiga's plan.
White Knight motherfuckers.
Anyways, and as he was talking to her and he like they kept building them up together, and it was like, cool, they're doing stuff together, cool, they're talking, and then they bring up this, and her fucking excuse, literally to my ears, was, sorry, I can't do it for plot reasons.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, I like you, and she goes, I can't answer your question, and then he gets bullshit on, like, aliens
when does he
and
say
ghosts
that?
and
He
stuff.
doesn't ever...
He goes, do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, that's not...
And she goes, sorry, I can't answer your questions.
No, she answers
do you
his
believe
question.
in ghosts and aliens? And
No, that's a whole metaphor!
The entire thing. Do
That's
you
one of my-
understand what
yes,
was happening
I know
there?
what the metaphor was. I'm not
Okay.
that
That was
dumb.
an
The metaphor is
amazing
I don't
scene.
really understand love.
That was my favorite scene!
It was
in this
basically her
entire
going,
thing.
ask again later, so we can
No, it wasn't!
so we can press this issue till later
No,
on
it
in the story.
No,
and
she's
see
like,
what
I don't
happens.
have anyone I have feelings for right now. AE, I don't have a boyfriend, and maybe at some point I actually do want to learn these things, but right now I find that not possible. And he's like, okay, you know what? I think I kind of want to help you find that. And one, that's for personal reasons, but two, it's also...
I don't think that's a good way to end an arc. It was literally, and I don't know. It's like
See,
a watch.
okay.
For me, that's like a read the manga ending.
See, I don't...
No!
See, I didn't
It's
care
always
about
not
how
like
they
it.
ended it there. I liked up till the fireworks scene. The one thing I didn't like is the fact that she ignored any mention of it when they were back at school.
Yeah, that was
Which
bullshit.
I found understandable, but I still thought was bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what also leads me to think that she was just pushing off the issue till later.
I don't think she was pushing off the issue.
Dude,
I
as someone
think...
who's been let down lightly multiple times, that's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, so someone who's been let down lightly too. It doesn't sound like that to me.
Like, I think...
I don't know if, Andrew, where you live, kids sound like really mean people, so I don't think they're letting you down lightly.
When she pushed him off when they were back at school, that was letting him down lightly. Sort of. Pushing the issue off till later. But I think the entire time they were at the beach house, I think that was completely sincere. In as much as she wasn't able to talk about it in explicit terms.
I don't know. For this character, it's really hard to tell whenever she's even telling the truth or being herself. Like, they even mentioned that early on. She's always hiding what she's actually thinking and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, the one time she even I don't know. There was so much confusing crap going on there, and it was basically all the will they, won't they with this character, and I really don't think it's going to lead to anything later on.
Okay,
Totally
that leads
wrong.
into my main issue with the show is that obviously they set up this romantic pairing between the two main characters, but like going through this entire show as like this first 12 as they're like trying to help each other set the other person up, I like that plot line a lot better than if they were to end up together. And I just...
That's... When I first watched this show, and I still hold this opinion, that was my exact same reaction. I was like, okay, I can tell they're going to set the main two characters up together eventually, but I really want this to be a show about the two of them being really good friends and helping each other
out.
Yeah, helping each other find their own love. I was like, that is so different.
But it's
and
not
that
how
would
it's
be
going to
so-
end.
You
know
know
for
it's
a
not
fact.
how it's going to end. It's
And that's
pretty
why
obvious. But the entire time I'm sitting there like, I really wish
Which
that
totally
was.
ruined the Summer House arc for me.
No,
Otherwise, it would have been a really interesting arc.
No, this whole entire time, I'm just really mad because I'm watching this. I'm like, I like this plot line a lot better. I like this storyline so much better of just like two friends helping each other out.
Yeah, I think it all stems down to whether or not you like Taiga. And I feel like, do you enjoy Taiga as a character?
Okay.
I'm not asking you yet, Connor, because I know what you're going to say, and I want to hear Andrew's opinion first.
I'm on the fence.
Okay.
Because she flips on a dime way too hard for me. And, like, the issue is, like, there are, like, the whole, like, she flips on a dime way too hard for me. And it's too much to a point. And, like, there's some moments where I'm like, okay, you're supposed to find this character adorable. And I'm like, I'm kind of on that, but, like, okay, I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
And then there's other points I'm just like, this is insufferable.
Yeah.
Like...
You're practically bipolar.
Like, Inami is, like, one of my favorite, like, tsundere characters.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorites. And I feel like that's, like, my, like, comparison of, like...
There's such a big difference between her and Inami, though. Like, Inami, when she gets mad, she goes, I feel like I want to punch you. Whenever, like, fucking... Taiga's just kind of like, she's not feeling very good. Either she'll abuse you or she'll call you, like, horrible names when you don't deserve it, and you're giving her free food. And one of the scenes that really pissed me off is when he's giving her food, and like, she's acting like she doesn't appreciate it or anything, and he's all, like, pissed. And then she starts eating the food and goes, oh, she appreciates it. I'm like, no, she just wants the fucking food. She's just taking advantage of you. And then they treat it like it's the sweetest thing, and it's really obnoxious. I don't know. I don't find the relationship between them, like, believable until at least episode 3 or 4. Because on 1 and 2, it's literally her going from a super bitch to, like, 5 seconds later, I'm sorry for, like, this little inconspicuous thing I did 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. I don't think it's completely fair to judge two characters on their first 3 episodes, though.
I know, but even...
Because if they change after that, it's really just the author finding their groove, which you'd prefer the author not to have to do. Mm-hmm. And obviously it's going to drop at a point or two if they have to.
Wasn't this an adaptation, though?
Yeah, it's a light novel adaptation.
I guess if they want to stay true to the light novel.
Yeah.
But I felt like they could have edited it to make them more
believable.
Speaking
of fucking JC stuff, actually, I haven't read the light novel for this, so I don't know quite how accurate it is.
Uh-huh.
But from what I've heard, they've adapted this relatively well. Mm-hmm. And they're also the ones who took Sakura So and made it from a god-awful light novel into an actually pretty decent anime.
Uh-huh.
But they completely fucked up Railgun.
Do you know if this is a branching light novel?
No. Wait, what do you mean by that?
It's not a visual novel.
Oh, visual, sorry, light novel, visual.
Light novel's
just a book. Sorry.
It's a book. And it's not like Index where it has a gazillion side stories in different formats.
Sorry, visual light novel, you got me confused.
Actually, never mind.
What?
I was going to talk more about relationships between authors in Dengeki Bukuro. Or Dengeki Bunko. But I don't think it's entirely relevant. And I'm the only one who would find that interesting.
Okay, what did you guys think of plot, what's it called? Plot Convenience Glasses-kun?
Glasses-kun? Oh, I don't mind Glasses-kun.
I actually find that the thing between him and Taiga interesting. The whole,
their
like,
relationship.
She told him no before.
Yeah.
And now she's kind of crawling back or whatever.
I think that's interesting.
Which is why I don't like the man.
I know. I find myself pretty ambivalent towards him.
Yeah.
Like, my 2 favorite characters in this, I actually really like the main character.
He's cool.
What's his face?
Ryoji.
I like his dirt-destroying fetish.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I really like the fact that he's, like, he's basically like a housewife character, taken and made into male form, which I like. I like the fact that he takes care of.
Wow, that makes the abuse even worse. Holy shit!
I know. But the thing, my favorite part about him is, though he's a main character, he's at times quite obviously incompetent, but believably incompetent. Mm-hmm. And also, he's obviously flawed, but flawed in ways that I also find relatively believable.
Okay, my issue is, I had a main issue with the main character, 8 episodes, 9 episodes in, up until the point where they did starting to do the father arc, where he was pushing his own things onto her.
Yeah.
Where I was like, this main character is way too perfect. I hate this.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, he's the best nice guy ever.
He wasn't that perfect.
He wasn't that perfect.
He forces Taiga to do some shit.
He's like, hey, we're going to go... I'm going to ignore you pretty much. And, oh, whoops, I'm not making food tonight.
Again,
Let's
they're
go.
just being abusive towards each other.
Yeah. I think that's entirely the point. Is as much as it seems like Taiga is sometimes exclusively abusive towards Ryuji, I think he's equally abusive in other ways. I don't think it's
exclusive.
I think
She's
they
just
generally
more physical about it.
Yeah, I think that's what makes the relationship more bearable for me. It's not one-sided in any way.
I actually saw a review online that was like it was like a hate review towards it, and the title was "They Deserve Each Other."
God damn it!
Love each other.
But I like Ryuji, and I actually really like Ami. Is that
the blue-haired girl?
The blue-haired girl.
Yeah, I enjoyed her. She gets a lot more interesting after. Like, she starts off really cliche, but they like just toss that out the window.
Yeah, they're like, we're actually gonna do something interesting with her, and then they
don't.
No, they do.
They do, and then they don't. But I'm not going to go into that because that would be too far beyond where we currently are.
I like this little hidey hole in between the vending machines.
Dude,
get out of my hiding hole, bitch.
For some reason, I really like the fact that she has a little hidey hole between the vending machines. I don't know. I really find her to be an enjoyable and interesting character, and she's my favorite female character in the show. She's the only female character I really like in the show.
I don't feel like any other character is even believable between her and the main two. Like, the two friends are just crappy. I don't know. Like, the red-haired girl and the glasses guy, I feel like for a lot of the points before they got to the... And this is another reason why I like the summer arc a lot better. Before they get to the summer part, they're always just, like, unapologetically appearing out of nowhere to start a new plot point. And they don't have any believable reactions. They're just reacting how they would need to move on to something else.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem real at all. They don't they don't have like a personality I can speak of. Like the only person, like the glasses guy kind of gets one, but like the red-haired girl, she just kind of switches on a dime. She's like the comedy relief character, but you're also trying to use her for like important plot points. And I don't feel like that worked.
So the issue with Glasses Kun character is that I like when I was watching it, I relate him heavily to a Bull Cap character from Skull Rumble, Kurasuma, and it's just one of those things where it's like I don't understand how you like. It's like these two characters are supposed to be in love with these characters. Yeah. I don't understand why. At least with Glasses Kun, with the other girl, I could kind of see it where it's like she's so
perfect at everything.
No, she's really chirpy and really upbeat and a very optimistic attitude.
Yeah.
That's basically her. That's why he likes her, is because of the optimistic attitude and the sunshine whole aspect. Oh, don't get too close to the sun. Oh, you'll burn. Fuck you. Blue hair girl. Anyway.
I actually appreciate her logic there. We were talking about this earlier.
I don't think it was a good excuse because, first of all, fucking Taiga always treats him like shit. And he's always doing all the chores for her, so they're definitely not on the same fucking path or whatever.
Yeah, I just think she does have a point. That I think he does kind of idolize the red-haired girl.
And she's a fucking idol.
No,
or she's a model.
She's a model. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
I know, but she's
they're
literally
equals.
A model.
Just because she's literally a model doesn't mean that their relationship is that of model and fan.
Wait, shouldn't she be the arrogant one saying she's not on the same level as him then? Like, wouldn't that fit her character more?
It might have. It fits her fake character. It doesn't fit her...
Because wasn't the whole fake character the super nice one, and then the real character was like, haha, bow at my feet, eat my shadow, it's an excellent meal for you, kind of?
She ends up with 3.
Okay.
Sort of. She has her persona of being... clumsy, super nice, everyone's favorite perfect idol character. Then she has the secondary layer of her being...
Bitch.
Basically, I hesitate to say bitch, but she's basically terrible in her mind.
Bitch.
She's extremely vain, and
her third personality is the harem personality.
And her third personality is slightly more subdued, and basically it's the only show to the person that you have feelings for personality.
Yeah, she's just kind of jealous, and
which
that's kind of it.
I find all 3 to be decently believable, and I also think, I don't know, I think because of that I find her interesting. I mean, she's obviously not perfect, and she's obviously not on my
I guess my main issue is I just don't find like any of these characters interesting, which kind of dragged on this whole
My
thing.
issue is I felt like her versus Red-Haired Girl is a lot more interesting than either of them versus Taiga.
I actually agree with that one. No, again, with the fucking Glasses Kun character, back to the point that I was making earlier, is like Kurasuma from like Skull Rumble. He is literally the most like monotone, walking around generic person ever, and the main girl like totally is in love with him, and like.
That's the thing in Japan.
It's because he's attractive.
Do you think
he's not even attractive!
He's supposed to be attractive.
He's
not!
supposed to be like that really smart kid that all the girls swoon to and everything.
No, my favorite part...
Just because the art style can't quite convey his attractiveness.
It's like the brown-haired guy from Anohana. Like, there's a bunch of girls always...
No, I can see why he's all swoony. Like, but Kurasuma's like bowl cap, monotone, just walking around like most generic face ever. Like, at least some of the other characters that are supposed to be attractive in that show are actually attractive.
Hey man, you don't know what people are into in Japan.
But like one of my favorite things that I've ever seen of that is, I don't think I ever got to this point in the show, but it's just the part where she goes, "Who do you love more, me or Curry?"
Oh yeah.
And then
I haven't seen the show, but even I know about this.
And he goes Curry, and then she runs off, and then
first she's like, okay, I phrased the question wrong. Between me and like packaged curry, and he doesn't say anything, like he hesitates, and then she's like, off,
and then the main guy comes in and goes like, "How can you do that?" He's like, go to her. He's like, "Why don't you do that?" He's like, "I got things to do." And he
points to the curry
shop right across the street,
like having a sale.
And then the guy just goes, "I could respect your morals," and then walks away. I'm like, that's even though he's super generic, at least he's like, he has something there. He has like character there where like at least he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
But when you reflect that to Glasses Kun, it's literally like
sorry, I started that name, by the way.
Glasses Kun?
Yeah.
Dude, we've used Glasses Kun
I know.
before.
Yeah.
There's always a Glasses Kun. It's easier than remembering their name. But
yeah, Glasses Kun for Persona is now called Chair Kun, but like
yeah. He hasn't had his character arc yet, I will say. He gets a little deeper when he has his character arc. Stuff happens. I won't kid you and say it's a really great arc. But he does have an arc that makes him a bit more interesting.
Another thing that frustrates me about those two side characters is I feel like ever since the beginning, they're always pushing the main two together.
Yeah.
Like, every fucking situation possible, they're always going, "Oh, you're so perfect for each other. Oh, you make each other happy." And it's almost like the plot is trying to... Or it's like almost like the writer is trying to tell the audience, "Look, they're making each other happy." Even though I'm looking at them like, they just make each other's lives miserable most of the time. The only person that
at least they have someone.
Yeah, I feel like Taiga's getting...
I think, like, that's kind of the point for both of them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, objectively, like, with their life, I'm saying, I think Taiga's sort of getting benefits, because she's getting out of her house and, like, doing stuff.
Taiga gets someone to take care of her.
Yeah, she gets food and cleaning and all that shit.
And she gets someone to basically look out for her, which she kind of needs with her lack of a father figure.
With her daddy issues.
And as you
don't mince words, daddy issues.
She has straight daddy issues.
So does MC.
And as you can see with MC, I think
is his dad dead? I can't...
No, his dad's just not coming home, he said.
You sure about that?
He said no matter how much I beg him, he's not coming home. Oh, I guess that could...
No, because how much I beg, my dad's never coming back.
I'm pretty sure his dad's dead.
Is his dad
I
dead?
could be wrong, but from what I remember, and please don't quote me on this.
He just seems like a sleazebag who left, honestly.
I'm pretty sure his dad's dead. Dude, if he's carrying around magazines in his belt not to get stabbed...
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get stabbed eventually. Okay. And I'm pretty sure those magazines aren't gonna help as much as he thinks they will.
This is that.
I don't know, man. It is an anime.
But I think he is getting something out of it. Like, as you can already see from his relationship with his mom, he's used to taking care of people, and I think it's really nice for him, personally.
I agree that he's kind of adopting her as a little sister.
Yeah.
And that's a much better of a plot point!
I know, I completely agree with you there. I wish this was a show...
Your sister!
I wish this was a show about the two of them developing a brother-sister relationship and helping each other get into relationships with their best friends. But we have to come to terms with the fact that this is not the case.
So, opposite of Ori... It should have been the opposite of Orimo, like...
But I say...
You take a love interest and make him a sister.
Don't Mamoru your sister!
Yeah.
Frustration.
I don't know if there's a lot more to talk about at this point.
I'm trying to just
Man,
make...
we're gonna get massacred for this, aren't we?
By what,
Possibly.
the 2 people who watch
I mean,
this?
I don't...
Hopefully none of them
Toradora
have seen the
isn't
show.
bad, in my opinion. I don't think it's bad.
I don't think it's bad either. I don't think it's great.
I don't think it's great, and I'm really happy if it introduces people to this genre that they might not otherwise visit, and I will recommend it for that. But personally, I think there's many more interesting shows.
Okay, according to Wikipedia, his father left before he was born.
Huh.
So it could be that his dad...
I guess we're unsure on the current state of his father.
Well, that gives me the cue in that his dad never comes back in a later arc.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I just thought
let's talk about this arc, yeah.
That could be a really good plot point, his dad coming back. Oh my god.
Come back.
It's just the similarity of, in working, how he Katanashi helped Inami with his dad, and then Inami helped Katanashi with his mom.
Wait,
it could have been the parallels.
Takanashi.
There's stuff
Katanashi is what the midget called him.
Hey, she grows.
There's a centimeter. There's stuff I want to say about this arc that I can't because we haven't gotten
We're
to
not
yet.
done yet.
So I think we need to wait to talk about this.
We need to.
until
Can I say
we've
how
watched more.
fucking obvious it was that her dad wasn't coming from the moment she first checked her cell phone
Her dad's not coming
to the
back.
place?
Her dad's a deadbeat dad.
You got problems.
Yeah, and I found it interesting. It's like the red-haired girl actually developed a piece of personality. Once at that point, it's like, oh, she can't do it. She didn't trust someone, and I was like, oh, cool. She's not super perfect about everything after all. Thank God.
No, but she is super perfect because she called it where she's like, yo, his dad's bad news. Don't do this. Her dad's bad news, and he's just like, nah, it's cool, man. It's cool.
I get this.
I don't think he's saying it's cool. I'm thinking he's saying you have to be able to trust someone even though they make mistakes.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think it's fucked up that he totally left his daughter for a woman.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like he just really wants the guy to get a second chance, and he feels bad that a family is split up, and that's sort of from his own his own perspective, like what a good family should be.
Exactly. And he's like, well, it must be really nice to have a father, because I don't have one, and that sucks.
Also, what the fuck's with the bird?
The fucking bird.
What is the point?
You can take the bird out of this entire show, and the show would not change.
Dude, I don't know what it is about the bird, but I actually like the bird.
They could have had a plant, and it would have been the same thing.
So dumb. It's so dumb that I actually find it funny.
You know how I say where you could remove something from this entire show, and the show would not change? You could remove that bird from this entire show, and this show would not change.
I like the show better for having the bird. I don't know why. And I forget if they ever do anything with the bird. I think they actually do something with the bird at some point. I could be wrong.
Also, the mom's a total MILF, but that's kind of her character.
That's kind of she works at a host club.
Yeah.
She couldn't work at a host club if she wasn't.
That moment where he walks up and the liquor store guy goes, "Ooh, gotta grab that ass!"
Yeah,
that's sexual harassment.
When your mom is so hot,
harassment.
people grope you.
You have the genes of the nicest ass
I've ever seen. Yeah, it's pretty much
Dawson
straight.
never has a son. No, I'm just kidding.
Rip.
No,
Rip my son.
No, it's daughter, dude.
No, fuck that.
Oh god, dude. I'm
not touching your daughter's ass. That's horrible.
I'm not saying we would, but
if I have a daughter, that's gonna be a serious problem.
Oh man, I don't think I can do a daughter. Please sons, please sons, please sons.
So the issue is, I would want to have a son just because there's so much expectation for me to have a son when I have a kid. But then I'd also want to have a daughter because I have the best name ever planned out for that.
God damn it, Andrew.
That's a terrible reason. I'll keep whatever gender I get first when we're planning on keeping it, but it's like
You make it sound like a dog. Sorry.
a fetus.
No, but that's just my point where I'm like, I don't mind either or, but that's the most debatable thing I've ever had where I'd rather have a son, but holy shit do I have a great name for a daughter.
Man, I just don't think I could handle her in high school with all the boys around and shit.
That'd be really difficult.
Dude,
See, with all like the rape talk they have in college, I feel like high school is way worse. Like, I feel like high school is when bad shit usually happens.
Yo, man, just do what my taekwondo instructor said. Buy a gun.
I think college only
less stuff happens in high school, but when it does happen, it has more lasting effects.
I don't know.
I think how it works.
I would say it only really happens in college if you're getting really, really drunk and going to parties and shit.
Really? Cause
yeah, you gotta watch out for us, man.
I feel like
for people like us. I mean,
I don't know. Wait, what? I have never done anything vaguely. I don't know how.
You're hesitating, Dawson. You're hesitating.
I don't know how to phrase this.
Rapey?
I guess.
I don't know, man. Well, at least Taiga's dad doesn't have to worry about her. Honestly, like, seriously though, Mom's hottest character in the show. Jesus, like by a long shot.
Did some of the like animator directors go from like Toradora and make their own company where they made Classroom Crisis? Like, because like the facial features of their teacher is almost similar to the same facial features.
Oh, the teacher was great. I loved her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, in this show?
That's what I wanted to point out. That's the one thing I liked about it. One of the few things I liked about the show so far is that they go, what do we do for a class thing? Let's do a maid cafe. No pro wrestling. Yeah!
That was great, too. The teacher's like, cool, that'll totally fail. I'm going to make them do that.
And then instead they make fun of the teacher.
Yep.
They didn't make fun of the teacher.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they were?
Yeah. That whole entire thing was a bash on the teacher.
Oh,
and how she's a 30-year-old spinster.
Oh, damn.
That's why they were like cutting the thread, and then she's like, "No, don't cut the thread, because the red thread is the symbolization of your soulmate."
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was her doing it to herself.
That's why.
That's
why Toma gets all the girls in Index. His right hand severs the red string of fate.
Wait, how does that do anything?
Because then they're not fated
they're
to be
no
with anyone else.
Whoever they were fated to be with no longer has a connection
So
with
they
them,
can
so
be
they
with
just
anyone.
kind of...
Oh god damn it, are you serious?
That's not technically canon, but it's largely accepted as fan canon.
I was about to say!
It's never been explicitly stated within Index, but I mean, his right hand already is confirmed as having like negated God's luck, and that's why he has a large amount of terrible luck. So it stands to reason that would also apply to the red string of fate. But that is not relevant for this conversation. I just thought it was hilarious.
I was about to say, we're getting off topic. Another character who was interesting, who was a side character, and could have been a much better character than the two. The president was interesting.
Oh yeah, it's just like
you learn more about her later.
Cool, good.
A little bit, not a lot.
No,
she's just relevant for
when I watched that
character.
When I watched that opening, I swear I thought that the blue hair girl was the class president.
It took me a long time to figure that out the first time I watched this, but I got there.
Oh, speaking of openings. Hey Connor, what did you describe this when you first saw this opening?
So the beginning just sounded disgusting to start, honestly.
No, wait, no.
It gets better and it grew on me.
Let me phrase this exactly how Connor said it. Andrew, what are these noises in my ear right now?
This is an opening that really weirdly grew on me.
Yeah, no, I
really didn't like it when I first watched it, and for some reason I actually am... It's not one of my favorite openings, but I'm rather fond of it now.
It's exactly the same.
It works like Database.
No, it doesn't, though.
And it's not as good as Database.
Because Database, you know it's that bad the whole time, and you're just like, yeah, fucking
you just have
Database.
to embrace it at some point. That's true.
I know this is awful, but I fucking love it. With this show, it's like, it's inoffensive in the second half, but I still find the first little part really obnoxious and computery.
I can't even make those noises.
Like, Connor was like, is this auto-tune? What are these noises? What the fuck? Like 2 a.m.
I like that part. I like how fast they can sing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I still don't know what pre-parade means.
Pre-parade, what?
No, it's all prepare. They have the thing as the translations on the right below it. And
pre-parade. It always says pre-parade.
Yeah, it's all prepare.
Prepared. Did you know at the end it's banana salt or vanilla salt too?
Yeah, vanilla salt.
Vanilla asaru too.
Jesus.
Was it vanilla salt or was it like banana salt?
I think it's banana vanilla. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Banana rose.
Oh, Dawson's reaction was the most purest reaction we've ever had in our life. Are you looking this up?
No, the English title is Pre-Parade.
Huh.
See, the second part. Pre-Parade.
Yeah.
I don't know what Pre-Parade is.
Read the line above it. Preparation. Prepared.
Pre-preparation. I'm not strong, but pre-parade. I'll catch you someday.
Yeah, it's just like rhyming with preparation, with pre-parade.
But the actual song itself is titled Pre-Parade.
It's preparation.
No, the song is titled Pre-Parade.
It's just gibberish to like match prepared.
I just don't know what it means.
It's.
It should mean something.
Oh my god.
It means something to me.
No, I want it to mean something.
He wants it to mean something to him. But I think we're beating this dead horse now.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
We've been on this for longer than
Not
we
as
should
hard
be.
as Tyga beats MC.
Damn. Savage. Pretty rough.
So let's move on.
Also the swim scene. One more thing I had to mention. I found it kind of funny that MC had to cop a feel to save her. It was like he not only copped a feel, he drowned her.
He's like, okay, you're going under the water. I'm a cop. That was I felt like I was watching.
Also, she can't swim. How did she save him?
When was this?
When he was drowning.
Oh, I think she was just like
kicking,
concerned and kicking. Just like looking down, like I think she forgot that she couldn't swim. So, because she was so concerned.
That's not an excuse, Dawson!
No, but she wasn't actually swimming. She's just like going down to try to get to him. I'm pretty sure when she got to him, she couldn't pull him back up, and somebody else did it.
Maybe.
And somebody else probably saved her when they were saving him. But I think she just forgot that she couldn't swim, and she was like, "I'm coming."
Alright.
I think that was the point of it.
So we'll have the full review on this next week.
Yeah, it'll be a little more in-depth and together.
We'll see how...
I don't know, this is pretty in-depth and together, like...
Yeah, but it's...
It's more in-depth than our Anohana review.
Yeah.
Which was basically, oh, it's so sad. Which this is just like, oh, it's so bad. No, I'm just kidding.
On lines of like how well our discussions have gone, I think the best one is Lane, and then follows up with like other ones, and then like this, and then on at like the very bottom of just like, it's so sad. What do we talk about? Let's all go to therapy.
They go to therapy.
Well.
Hey, who wants to watch that live action Anohana?
Let's not.
Let's watch live action Toradora.
Let's not.
They need stunt doubles for all the hitting they do on each other.
Yo, dude, I saw the live action Death Note, man. That was good.
Man, did you see that? I kicked the pole so hard it bent. That means we won.
He's like, good job, guys.
So, moving on.
Yeah.